I like Justin Gaethje. Yeah, Justin Gaethje. I have a lot of love for the way his fighting style is and everything. So when he shows up to fight. He shows up to go in there. You have fighters and you have gladiators, right, or warriors. He's a warrior.
I think Dustin's got it, man. I mean, with somebody who relies on their chin a lot, with Justin Gaethje, you don't want to do that against Dustin Poirier. Poirier's got heavy hands, got great boxing. He's good for everywhere. So I'm going for Poirier.
I don't think we're going to have a stoppage, a TKO, or a submission, because both guys are very solid, very strong, well-rounded. I could say Poirier got better hands. I could say Gaethje have better kicks, but overall they are pretty tough. They are on the top of the division, of the lightweight UFC division. So I think both athletes, they are very accomplished, and I feel they don't have many fights under the belts anymore. So I think the winner of the fight is going to fight for the belt, and the loser most likely will retire. That's my thoughts. I don't know. I don't talk to Poirier during this training camp. I was not at the gym. I was doing physiotherapy on my knee. So I think even though it's going to be a very hard grinding fight, Poirier got the edge, especially because he got better hands. So if he can check the kicks, keeping the fight on the striking, on the boxing distance, I think Poirier have the better boxing, the defensive boxing, he defend better.
It's going to be a fun one. Dustin Poirier is a favourite. Not a massive favourite, but I mean, he is a favourite by a bit. Gaethje being the underdog, obviously they've already fought. And I feel like the fight does go pretty similar. So if I had to lean towards someone, I think it would be Dustin Poirier. I think he's a bit more tidier. Early on, this is the thing with Dustin. Dustin will put a bit of that pressure. He will sort of put himself in danger a little bit. The thing is, if Dustin gets caught, it's early. I think as the fight goes, that benefits Dustin 100%. I think he does get better as the fights go. I think he gets a bit more calculated. He gets better reads and he's better with his combos as the fight goes later. So I'm going to have to go towards Dustin to win this one. I think he's got more ways of winning. I can see him actually getting a submission, maybe hurting him, a little bit of a scramble, maybe getting a finish, even though Gaethje's got that wrestling. But I mean, as he's hurt, I feel like that could happen. So I'm going to go with Dustin Poirier. I think it could be another finish, maybe round three finish. I think a TKO, it's a 5-round fight. I think a finish is a safe bet, a better bet. Either way, no matter whichever way you go, I feel like you're looking at a finish for sure with these guys. I think it's a no-brainer.
Justin Gaethje is a scary man. I know he's beaten once, but Justin Gaethje is a scary man. So I don't know. Dustin Poirier, I really feel like he's in a weird spot right now. He doesn't know what he wants. I know he wants to go for the belt, but I don't know if he wants to put the time away from his family, So I think he's kind of in that spot trying to make a decision. That's what I feel from him. It's about hunger. I think Justin is a little bit more hungry, but the problem with Dustin Poirier, he's a dog. He doesn't even have to be like the best prepared. He knows how to fight. He once he's in that octagon, he kind of takes over the rhythm and he enjoys the fight. So he's a really tough guy. But I would lean towards Justin just because of just because of their life right now.
Yeah, I can see why people are taking Poirier. I think Poirier is a better overall fighter. His strength of schedule is better. His wins at the highest level are better. I know Justin Gaethje does well in the chaos. I know they say he's a changed fighter. I don't know if I believe that. I think it's, maybe he's not as a wild man, but he's still a wild man. He's just maybe a tad more control, but I don't think he can ever shake that. It's in his DNA, which is what makes him great, which makes him the human highlight. But I do think that doesn't make you a world champion. I think Dustin Poirier just does some things better. I do think we'll get a little more grappling in this fight. I think Poirier is going to initiate it. Poirier has a significant advantage on the ground when it comes to jiu-jitsu. Just not Justin Gaethje's cup of tea. Just does not gravitate towards jiu-jitsu, doesn't really work on it. Dustin Poirier is a legit black belt on the ground. Dustin Poirier does implement wrestling more than Justin Gaethje. Justin took down Fiziev. Fiziev got right back up. But I do think Dustin's going to incorporate grappling more, especially if the leg kicks are a success early on by Justin Gaethje. I think he'll negate that with takedowns, something from kicking. And I would, gun to the head, I would say I could see Poirier winning via submission.
I kind of have to favor Poirier, because I think he's a little bit cleaner. I think Gaethje has gotten cleaner as well, and maybe he's going to pick his shots a little bit better. But after watching that first fight again, I was like, man, the only thing that was really dangerous were those calf kicks. And I think if Dustin makes those adjustments on that again, and again, it's a different fight. That was like, what, 4 years ago? It feels like two different guys. Gaethje has looked a lot better. Poirier's also looked a lot better. And I think if the skill stays the same in terms of the gap, and it's hard to say that because I think Gaethje uses his jab a lot more now and timing the shots, taking off some power. That can make things very, very interesting. And if Gaethje wrestles, that can make things interesting as well. But it's hard to bet against Poirier, man. It really is.
I would say probably that Chandler is the better athlete, right? So I would say Chandler's the better athlete.
Yeah.
Poirier's the better martial artist, and
Yeah.
Dustin's the better tough guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
But I feel like Dustin should beat them both most times because of his technical ability. But there's always that chance that Gaethje's just going to get through to him at some point.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's going to be this time. I think Poirier's going to catch him clean with something and hurt him.
And then go for a submission.
Yeah, because I think Gaethje's going to wrestle him instead of not. Because
Exactly.
like DC was criticizing him in the last commentary, he was like, well, he never went for a takedown, and then blah blah blah. Like, I think we're going to see Gaethje wrestle himself into a Darce choke or something.